Bună ziua! Bine ați venit! Well, today could be one of the most controversial videos I've made because it's about winter food. Romania is blessed with its produce, and in the summer we have fantastic lettuce, tomatoes. I mean, the best tomatoes I've ever had anyway. Are they all over? And then when the autumn comes, everything changes and we start eating these pickled vegetables, pickled gherkins, as we would say, pickled cauliflower, pickled beetroot, muraturi, I think, and pickled arde, gogosari. Let's bring you in a bit. I'll show you what we have. So, not many at the moment, and we need more. And my wife is, oh sorry, I've got the angle wrong. There we are. My wife is panicking a little bit because we don't have enough arde copts, and we don't have any Verze murate cabbage in salt, which we normally she prepares in the vetch. She has a bocan and puts 9-10 cabbages in there in salty water. The salty water with the remnants of the, I suppose, the juice from the cabbage and the other herbs and the horseradish makes a Zeama de varza, which she then bottles and either drinks, because it's meant to be very healthy for you, because it has all the vitamins from the cabbage, or uses for cooking. It's used for cooking as well. So, basically today, what I want to talk about is Romania winter foods, and foods that we just don't have in the UK. We don't pickle anymore. Nobody keeps pickles, but they do in Romania. And it reminds me very much of when I lived in France, that we would eat seasonally. So the seasons have a distinct flavour in terms of the produce, the food that you eat, and it coordinates with the time of year. And that makes absolute sense to me. I quite like pickled gherkins, we would call them, castravets. I quite like Gogosari, Muraturi. Some things I don't like, and please don't be offended by this, because a friend of mine a few years ago told me, as you get older, it's about consistency, the consistency of what you eat rather than the flavour, I suppose. And I think for me that's certainly true. I don't like spreads, and that's going to cause a big problem. My Romanian teacher, Domnișoara Dobre, told me once that I was refusing. I try everything once, and then if I don't like it, I don't eat it anymore. She said to me I was turning down the holy trinity of Romanian cuisine. I'll tell you what that is. Salata de vinete, so aubergine paste, aubergine salad. Salata de boeuf, which is curiously named because there is no beef. Boeuf. It's normally, I think, chicken and mayonnaise and potato and other things, which is an absolute must at Christmas. And Zacusca. Zacusca is it's a vegetable spread, and when you say spread to me, I'm just not going to be interested because I would prefer to eat something. Big fan of sarmale, big fan of mich. One cut of meat we don't eat very much in England, which I discovered here, chaffa de porc, chaffa. It has an extraordinary flavour, and it's probably the tastiest bit of the pig, I would think. Similarly, puree. I'm not a big fan of puree. I don't know. It's just the consistency isn't quite there. Although having said that, when my wife made puree, it was fantastic, and I enjoyed it very much. Romanians pickle for the winter and eat fresh vegetables in the summer, and fresh fruit and vegetables. Also fruit that we just don't have in the UK because we don't have the climate for figs, for example. Whereas here you can pick a fig from a tree as you walk through my neighbourhood. They pickle Gogonele, green tomatoes. Before they're fully ripe, they pickle them, and they are absolutely fantastic. You've got to be aware in Romania what time of year it is, because very often, I'm going to say about 3 times a year, but I may be wrong here, so please correct me. They have post, which is a period of fasting, like Lent, where you don't eat meat. You don't eat, I think, anything produced by an animal. I may be wrong there. Please correct me. I don't think you drink milk. So they have post. Then you have the festival, for example, Christmas. And for Christmas in Romania, it will be pork. It won't be turkey. And you will eat lots of pork and all sorts of varieties of pork. And I'll talk about that in a second. So people tend to overdose and eat too much, and I forget what they're called now. The hospital emergency wards are filled with people who have stuffed themselves with too much food because they've been living a very balanced diet and eating no meat at all, and then suddenly they go crazy at Christmas, and they stuff themselves and need to go to A&E, accident and emergency wards in hospitals to have their stomachs pumped or to be treated. Some things, as I've said, I will always try something once and then probably not again. Slanina is a classic. It's basically the skin of the pig, which I suppose in England we do eat that, but it's crackling. It's cooked, whereas here it tends to be uncooked, and you might have it with some salt. Slanina. Piftie, which is pork jelly, really, pork in aspic. And it's a delicacy. It's seen as being a delicacy, and it's not for me. It's not for me. And then finally, as I was saying, Verze, Salata or murate, the cabbage, which is kept in a salt vat, effectively, throughout the winter, and then is cooked to make sarmale. In the summer, sometimes the cabbage, when there is no more cabbage because the cabbage has been eaten, it will be replaced by vine leaves, as they eat in Greece. So that will be used to wrap up the minced pork and beef, or whichever meat is being used. So some differences, I think mainly positive, between Romania and the UK. I love the fact that they pickle vegetables to get them through the winter, because the winters, they're not as cold now because of global warming, but it is very encouraging that people plan ahead and they pickle these vegetables, sometimes in oțet, in vinegar, sometimes just in salted water, apa salata, and it's pretty healthy, to be honest, because you've got vegetables through the winter. So if you come to Romania, always try something. Try salata de vinete, try salata de boeuf, try Zacusca. Not for me, because I'm getting on and I've got my own preferences at my age. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Thank you.